Matt Walsh is host of the Matt Walsh Show. He joins us tonight. Matt Walsh, thanks so much for coming on. It's hard to believe that a serious country that still leads the world could go about the process in such a non-serious, demeaning, dehumanizing, stupid, childish way to pick someone and say it out loud on the basis of immutable characteristics that are, not a result of that person's effort. They're accidents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to say, I'm glad you brought it up because I was looking forward to having our first, trans, non-binary, indigenous, furry Supreme Court justice. Apparently Biden doesn't want to make the more progressive choice there. But we do see the absurdity of identity politics, how incoherent it is. Oh, it's time for a black woman to be Supreme Court justice. Well, is there a waiting list or something like that? Who determines this exactly? Well, I guess the media determines it. Joe Biden determined it ahead of time, which only, as you point out, it only means because he said ahead of time, I'm going to appoint a black woman to the Supreme Court. Now, he could have just done it. He didn't have to say it. He could have just appointed a black woman and then said that, well, she was the most qualified for the job. And maybe she would be. There'd be no way for us to know what his motivation was. But when you announce it ahead of time, all you're doing is declaring that this person did not really earn the position based on their merits. And so it degrades the very people that you're supposedly trying to help. But I think the greater point is the people that you're excluding here, which is, when, of course, they say we want a black woman, what they really mean is what we don't want is a white male. Just like when they talk about diversity, diversity is code all the time for not white, which is how CNN can put up pictures of the diverse potential nominees, and they're all black liberal women. They're all the same race, and they all think exactly the same things. That's diversity, because what they really mean is not white. And by the way, I'm no legal scholar myself, but isn't it illegal to rule out candidates based on race, especially in government?
The entire U.S. government, the whole religion of the left is based on equity, which is the most aggressive, hostile form of affirmative action. I just can't help but wonder, though, if their argument is that people don't get representation unless someone who looks like them is in power. Here you have Clarence Thomas on the court for decades, but he's hated, not loved. How does that work?
Right, because that's what they mean when they say diversity. Of course, I mean, I would like to join with some people on Twitter who have said, hey, if you're looking for a black woman, why not my friend Candace Owens? I mean, let's put her up for the nominee as well. But we know that when they say they're representing a certain race, it's really very specific to what they think and what they believe. And even this idea of representation, by the way, I mean, the Supreme Court is not. These are not elected representatives. What they're supposed to represent and stand for and interpret is the Constitution, not represent people racially in the United States.
Of course. I mean, the system only works because we take the Supreme Court seriously. The minute you reveal it as purely political, I'm not taking it seriously, and neither is anyone else. And that's when things fall apart, I think. Such a great point. Matt Walsh, thank you.
Thank you.